Hi guys, so hopefully this will go smoothly. My kids are upstairs and this is why I never polish my nails because I'm just so busy. I know with my old channel I had a rotation and people asked me recently like, are you gonna keep that same rotation? Like do mix it up Mondays again or your Sunday nails? And I would love to, or stamping on Wednesdays, but right now it's just not, you know, we moved to the house. It's just not what's at top of mind. So once I get my channel settled, we almost have 1,500 people, which is awesome. I used to have 80,000 or so, but that's okay. We're almost there. But, you know, we're going to start where we need to start. So I picked up these Mega Strength Sally Hansen polishes at Walmart just like last week or 2 weeks ago. And people asked if I can do a review, so I will do that. So I have their top coat, I have their hardener, which I guess would be your base coat. And I have 5 colors. I already went over the colors before, but this one's Make Herstory, really pretty. Sorry Not Sorry, which is awesome. I always love bubblegum pink type things, but it says Money Pink Power. Okay. And we have Small But Mighty. And my eyes are so bad now. I turned 40, guys, in August. And it's like, I'm telling you, on my birthday, it was like just gone. Persistent. So I think since we're in, you know, Valentine mode, I guess, I think I'm going to do this hot pink. And that's about it. I'm just going to try one of the colors. I was going to kind of mix them, or, you know, do some nail art. We'll see. I just haven't really done that either. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to do the hardener. I'm going to do probably 2 coats, 2 thin coats. We always like to build up our color. And then the top coat and wear it and see how it wears. Now, when I said the bottle looked familiar, I think it's because it was really a lot like that. Whenever they come out with like new polishes or fun things, they have like a squarish bottle like this. I think the last one was like the fish scale one or something. I don't know. I have them upstairs, or a couple of them. But it was basically big paillettes like in iridescent tones or whatever. So nice and thin. Actually, it's not that thin. Well, it goes on really nicely. Like just slides on really, really well. But it felt thin, but it doesn't really... If you really look at it, let me see. Sorry, the lighting's kind of crazy right now. I don't know if you can see. Ugh. It's kind of thick. Ooh, I like that. Because it kind of hides imperfections, hopefully. So I'll apply this and I'll tell you guys how long it takes to dry, or roughly. It does go on a little bit. Like I can feel it's a good amount. So let me apply that to all 10 nails and I'll be back. Okay, so by the time I was done polishing this hand, which, you know, I started with this one. This other one, this is dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this. And what's kind of funny is that I was just thinking about one of the videos on my old channel that had the most views, it was on its way to 1 million views, was the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel polish review, which I guess I had done kind of when it first came out, I guess, because I had more views on that than Sally Hansen had on their own little video about it. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. But anyway, okay, so you saw how much I wiped it off basically, because you want to build up your color. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I go like this. That is really thin and the base coat reactivated, which I think the Miracle Gel polish did the same thing. I hate when the base coat reactivates because then it looks all streaky, but hopefully with the second coat it will correct itself. I don't know, we'll see. So I'm going a little bit thicker this time. You know what I'm saying? I wipe it off. You want to build up your color, because if you do thick coats, it's going to take forever to dry, and then it just might not dry. And then later you think it's dry because the top is, but the bottom isn't, and you know, get some, you know, dig in the nail there and stuff. So that's a little bit better. I did this one a little bit thicker, but I really don't want to. But it didn't reactivate the bottom, the base coat, so that's good. I'm just kind of floating it over the nail so it won't do that. Okay, so I'll just polish all 10 fingers and I'll be back and let you know about how long it takes for this to dry. Okay, so this little thin one is ready as soon as I was done with the other hand. This one's a little bit tacky, and then the one that went on a little bit thicker is still tacky. So I'm gonna wait another minute or two. But this really thin coat obviously dried, but I'll be back. Okay, so I would say it probably takes a good 3 or 4 minutes for that to dry. So we'll do our second coat. Again, I'm not gonna wipe it too much because it looks like they have to go on a little bit thicker. I'm just winging it. I'm not even kidding. From where I am right now to my nail, I can't even see it. So that's pretty good because I'm not like smearing it all over, but like it's blurry. I need to go see an eye doctor. Since that one was kind of thin, I could probably do 2 coats because I have a feeling these 2 will be more opaque than that first one because it was so thin to begin with. might have to go over that one with a little bit more. But so far so good. So I'll just do all 10 nails again, just kind of floating it. Didn't reactivate the base. And I will be back when that's dry. Okay, I would say we're about 5 minutes and they're not completely dry. Well, I don't know. Well, you know what? Spread out a little bit. I was like, that looks not good. So I did have to go in with like a third, kind of just another soft coat on that pinky. And the rest of them, I mean, I can touch them. As you can see, it's not doing anything, but, you know, gotta move on. All right, we're gonna use our top coat. And so far, I mean, I love that base coat. I didn't like that it reactivated with the color, but I don't know if that's the base coat or the color, right? I mean, but let's see how thick this guy is. Oopsie. I don't know if you can see that. It's staying on there pretty good. It's hard for me to show, I know, but hopefully you can see. It's nice and thick, kind of. I was going to, oh, I think I just put my hand in that. I was going to tell you guys, I was going to draw like a little red heart with this other one. The darker, sorry not sorry. And this is also kind of sheer, so I don't want to do that because I have to build it up. It's going to be like, but it seems like they're all kind of sheer-ish and you definitely have to build it up. So there we go. This is 2 coats. I think I can do a 3, but I'm not going to put on 3. So I just have to move on. My kids, I don't even know how long I can sustain them as quiet as they are right now. In between these takes, they're like yelling at each other. And not yelling mean. They just like to play and scream and shout. And I'm kind of working with Miranda on that. I'm like, girl, you do not have to be yelling all the time. Okay. I hear kitchen stuff. All right, well, that's that. Is there a big difference between this top coat and the other hand? I don't know. But let me go ahead and do the top coat on this hand. I'll let you guys know how long it takes to dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, so for me, that top coat is pretty much almost dry by the time I finish the other hand. I did put it on a little bit thick because it is kind of thick. Like, I didn't even have to re-dip it. You saw that, and I did 4 nails, I think, without even having to dip it again. So it's thick. It's on there, kind of goes on smoothly. It's a little bit tacky, but it'll probably take another minute or so. So that's another, like, let's say, minute. It'll probably take about 3 to 4 minutes to dry. And of course, when I say these things, it's not going to dry completely. So the base coat was fast, right? I mean, 30 seconds to a minute. The first coat took not too long because it was very thin. The second coat took about 4 or 5 minutes to dry. And now the top coat, I'm going to assume, is going to take like 3 to 4 minutes at the very least. But of course, you're not just going to go start digging in your purse or, you know, other things because it's polish. It'll probably be completely dry within an hour or 2. I mean, that's how I see it. I'm going to go pick up dinner, and I'm really hard on my nails. Sometimes I forget to wear gloves when I do the dishes. I try not to, but right now that I haven't been making nail videos, I have been doing that all the time, but normally I wear gloves. I'm like baking bread, I am making things, I'm working with inks, like I get in there. I garden, well, when I can. Right now there's some things I need to do. So I know there's things coming up in the next few days that I'm going to completely thrash these nails possibly, but what I'm going to do is come back in the next clip here, in the next scene. It will be, you know, however many days later, and I'll tell you how they were. But for now, I'm, you know, drying times, it's okay. That's why I like julep. I mean, I always ordered my julep polish instead. It might not be a Maven anymore. I'm not sure. I haven't canceled it quite yet, but I think I might, because their polishes dry so fast, and sometimes with just one coat, they're opaque. So you can't beat that. But this is really pretty. I mean, I don't know if my lighting is even giving it justice or doing it justice. Of course, I just touched my other... I just flicked this nail with that nail and gouged my nail polish. But anyway, I'll have some pictures when it's fresh, and I'll have some pictures, of course, when it's old, but I'll come back and let you guys know how it wore over the next few days. Hi guys, so it's Sunday, so it's been 4 pretty full days. I broke a nail a few days ago, and I broke another one yesterday. So other than that, it's worn really well. As you can see, it's super shiny still. Try to focus on the very tips. Now the tips are worn, as you can see. Well, this one because it broke, so I just didn't polish because I didn't want it to be like, oh, but this one's perfect. So the very tips, but I don't blame that on any polish, especially, well, when I do my nails pointy like that, because every polish wears away at the tips when you have like pointy nails, unless it's like a gel polish or something. And usually if it's gonna chip, that's where it starts chipping. So really, really nice wear. Pretty durable. As you can see, it didn't chip anywhere else, and it's still shiny. So I think that's great. The price point, I think these are $5 or $6 each. So it's a little bit high, especially if you do the whole system. It's like $18, $15 to $18. So that's something to think about. But And it's also, you know, a shimmery polish. A lot of times those stick down a little bit better. So let me get this guy out of the way, 'cause he's... Ooh, there's the shine right there. There we go. Normally, and then as far as my nails chipping, they've been doing that. That's why this hand has shorter nails. This one were longer, but now I'm going to trim them all a little bit to match these guys. My nails are pretty strong, so normally I don't need a hardener. Like this base coat is a hardener. I usually use... When I used to paint my nails a lot, I was using hard as nails, but like the conditioning one or whatever, I do like this Q-Tex one. It's almost gone, BB nail concealer. And what I like about this one though is if you don't want to put polish on top, you already have like a creamy base, so it looks really nice. So I do like this one a lot. But I'll have some pictures for you guys. Wore pretty well. I mean, it's 4 days. But like I said, if your nails were not pointy, perhaps they would have lasted a little longer at the tip there. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.